I just want to say before we get started, I've been trying to get this going for like the past hour or so, but today's been really tough. So I was contemplating taking the day off, but the old hyperactive mind wouldn't allow for it. So do forgive me if I don't quite seem that peppy about things or really get too terribly excited as normally would, but it's either, I don't know, talk about the news and try to just escape from that crap and talk about a different type of insanity. Maybe that'll help, okay? Or maybe nobody will see this and I just end up turfing it anyways if it's too bad by the end of it. So if it seems just not quite up to your standard, I totally understand. The things will probably be back to normal by I don't know, the end of the week, beginning of the next week. Don't worry about it, okay? But some breaking news here from not that long ago, really. Democrats cut paid family leave in major blow to Biden's social spending agenda. Yeah, that was one of the big things that was supposed to be a part of there, right? That was one of the things that Biden campaigned on. It was supposed to be a central component to the Build Back Better program, and it was supposed to be there with student debt cancellation and free money and blowjobs for everybody. Oh, it was supposed to be a wonderful time. Yeah, just another lie from the Biden administration. Imagine my fucking shock. Senate Democrats have decided to cut President Biden's proposal to federally subsidize parent and family leave from a sprawling social spending bill to a major blow to the Biden agenda. Source close to the talk said Joe Manchin's firm opposition to paid leave provisions means that it will likely not be in the final bill, despite many members lobbying him to support the measure, which Biden campaigned on. Yeah, it really does suck, doesn't it? But again, it shouldn't be up to the government to facilitate, okay? That should be a benefit of the job itself. That should be left up to the private sector, really. It shouldn't. The federal government should not be doing this type of stuff, okay? This is way out of their purview. If they're going to start to try to federalize stuff like this, start to further mandate working hours, a slippery slope. And it's really hard to say that that's a conspiracy theorist term nowadays. Especially, I got something planned for the second video where we're going to go through a bunch of different Coof conspiracy theories that are well, not really conspiracy or theories anymore. They're just patent fact. The policy was scrapped as Democrats seek to reach a deal on the bill before Biden leaves Washington on Thursday for a trip to Europe. I think you can probably cancel the trip there, Biden, because you're only funded, I think, this is supposed to be voted on by the end of the month, a self-imposed deadline date by Nancy Pelosi. I think that's what the gimmick is. Biden had sought for 12 weeks of federally subsidized paid leave for workers to take care of new children or sick family members. Oh, it's something that Buttigieg has already done. So I guess what? Was he like the beta test for the society? Heavy emphasis on beta. But the idea had already been scaled back to 4 weeks. Oh, okay, cool. So you still get a month off for, okay, whatever. Being scrapped altogether on Wednesday. Yeah, sucks to suck. It is down to 4 weeks. And the reason it's down to 4 weeks is I can't get 12 weeks. Well, thanks. Really fucking tough math that you had to do there, Biden. Said last week during the CNN town hall, the one where he looked like he was holding, I can't really see it, but looked like where he was hanging on to a jetpack. I would have loved to work that in somewhere, but outside of maybe just a funny photo op, that town hall he had in Baltimore, it really wasn't that fucking spectacular, but a great meme that popped out of it. But yeah, man, how many more failures does the Biden administration really need? Okay, one of their central campaign promises of paid family leave. There's another one that bites the dust. But now we're gonna go from just a terminal fucking loser to we're going to go over to Florida, okay? Because there was this story that popped out, and I seen it. It was a Surgeon General, okay? Surgeon General of Florida. There was something that came out from this, okay? And the story at face value didn't really seem to resonate very well with me. It just seemed like there was something else kind of below the surface. So I was waiting for something else to come out from it before I wanted to, I don't know, really voice my opinion on it. And well, guess what? More information came out. Florida Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo on October 26, responded to an incident in which he refused to wear a mask when visiting a state senator who has been diagnosed with cancer. Okay, you can see that this is a very contentious subject because he is the Surgeon General, ergo the top doctor in Florida, okay? And he was refusing to wear a mask in the presence of a state senator who had been diagnosed with cancer, somebody who would have a, what, would you consider that an underlying health condition? Fair enough. It's like, okay, so you could approach this from a bunch of different directions. Okay, is he kind of an asshole for not doing that? Is she just being a little bit too demanding of wearing a mask? Or shouldn't you kind of defer to the Surgeon General if he's not going to wear one? What exactly do you think that you're going to be doing about persuading him? Maybe you should do some research first, but hey, whatever. There's a lot of other questions to be asked here as well, so let's just see what's up. The matter took place on October 25th after Senator Tina Pelosi, a Democrat from Boca Raton, had agreed to meet with Ladapo in her Tallahassee office in anticipation of his confirmation hearing. All right, so she requested him to come to her office. Okay, so that's very important to this. Okay, according to media reports, Pelosi said she was wearing a mask and did a sign on her door requesting that those who enter to mask up, but Ladapo and his two aides did not comply. Round of applause. The senator said she asked him to put on a mask. I respect all individuals, and I would never knowingly be disrespectful to anyone. I attempted in good faith to find some way for us to communicate that would respect each of our preferences, Ladapo said on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. Okay. If she didn't want to meet with him, if he was not going to be wearing a mask, if he didn't want to, engage in this theater of sorts, couldn't you go to a larger venue? Couldn't you go outside? That's in fact what he recommended, but no. She wanted to call the black man to her chambers and question him as such. Listen, if this story was politically expedient for the other side, if this was a Republican asking a black doctor to come in, goddamn right that would be the fucking headline. The Surgeon General said he suggested they meet at an outdoor venue because of her concerns with COVID-19 transmission. And also, before we get to this, she hadn't announced that she had cancer or anything like that, so could that have swayed him a little bit? If he's a man of conviction, probably not. Again, he offered an alternative, but no, she was steadfast in making him mask up. She said that the data clearly shows that outdoor settings are much safer than indoor settings. Oh, he did, sorry. Because this suggestion was not considered acceptable to her, I offered to identify some other solutions that would allow us to communicate in a manner that would respect both our preferences. Yeah, again, this was originally painted as, this is just a mean man, another one of those Ron DeSantis appointees who are just not following the science and being just so rude, and she has cancer after all. Like, really? Well, looks like he tried to do literally anything that he could possibly think of, but she was just gonna be not headed in this situation. And again, why did they have to meet anyways? She was a part of the confirmation panel, I guess, because this Polsky 53 represents portions of Broward and Palm Beach counties. She was diagnosed with stage 1, really, in August and is set to begin chemotherapy soon. Godspeed, speedy recovery. Glad you caught it quickly, I guess. Ladapo said, having a conversation with someone while wearing a mask is not something I find productive, especially with other options exist. Exactly. I like this guy's go-getter attitude. I can see why he was appointed. The incident has spurred a media storm, and Polsky has appeared across a number of broadcasts and print outlets on the matter. The governor's press secretary, Christina Pushaw, says the incident is unduly politicized because Ladapo's confirmation will be coming up soon. The much publicized incident has raised criticism from Democrats. Yeah, because just wear the mask. Just wear the mask. It's like, just fuck off. How about that one? How about Ron DeSantis's anti-mask mandate policy? And Polsky demanded Ladapo bend to her will. He was not going to comply. And now she wants to cause a big stink about it? Yeah, sucks to suck. Let's see how else Ron DeSantis is winning. How did Florida Okay, how did Florida end up with one of the best COVID-19 case and death rates in the United States, despite Governor Ron DeSantis refusing to implement masks or vaccine mandates? Really? Really? Is this a fucking multiple choice question? Or is this just a simple referendum on if mandates work or not? 2 months ago, Florida was experiencing the worst COVID-19 surge in the United States. Yeah, if you just take a look at fucking cases, but what were the other markers exactly? The Sunshine State had the highest 7-day average of cases per day, as well as the highest hospitalization rate in the country. Okay. Were they ever overflowing with patients? Were people just lining the ICU and just dropping dead left, right, and center? Despite these grim metrics, Governor Ron DeSantis did not issue new lockdowns, closures, or stay-at-home orders. Why would you continue to use the same methods that have just been proven over and over again not to work? Sounds like he was looking for, I don't know, attempting to do something different, like a leader would. Arguing that the spike was due to seasonal pattern of the virus and urging residents to get vaccinated. There you go. Hey, if you want to go get it, go get it. Otherwise, we're not going to tell you that you have to go get it. Now, with Halloween and Thanksgiving right around the corner, the COVID crisis looks really different in Florida. Very different. Hugely different. Inexplicably, cases and deaths. This just reads like we wanted everybody in Florida to die or just prove Ron DeSantis wrong at best. Who, if you notice, every time that he gets up to the podium, he doesn't mention the fact that his wife has also been diagnosed with breast cancer. Okay? That's why I've got big respect for this guy. Data from the Center for Disease Control, yeah, whatever, the stupid CDC shows Florida is recording one of the best case and death rates in the country. No shit. What does that tell you about mask and vaccine mandates? Because this isn't some fucking little podunk middle of the country state, okay? And I do love me some middle of the country state, sorry. This is Florida, like what, the 4th or 5th largest state in the union? Ergo, he's doing a pretty good fucking job, imagine that. This is similar to what it's been nationwide as COVID-related infections and fatalities in the United States dropped to the lowest recorded levels since April of 2021. Yeah, imagine that when people are offered the opportunity of choice, or they just want to, take their own precautionary methods. It works a little bit better than just telling people that you have to do exactly what you say. And we know that this stuff that we're telling you that you need to do kind of has a spotty record of actually working. Take a wild guess as to what is working better. Well, clearly we know. Additionally, the state is doing just as well as California. Oh, okay. Despite the West Coast state taking very strict approach to including implementing mask mandates, limiting gatherings, and closing bars and indoor dining and restaurants. It's almost like all of that shit is completely and utterly unfucking necessary. Who would have thought? Experts say COVID waves usually occur in 2-month cycles. Oh, really? How do they know this? Okay. Shouldn't this be information that's just kind of out there for everybody to, understand and see for themselves? Nah, you just want to keep it under wraps so you can keep everybody scared. And as soon as somebody successfully breaks through the narrative, then you can start drip feeding all the information. Wow, color me surprised. With infections rising for 2 months before declining. Oh, okay. And instead of trying to prevent the cycle from occurring, Ron DeSantis just let it ride out. Just let it ride out. There we go. The declining rates could change as Floridians head inside for the winter months, but you just told them to implement lockdowns and the stay-at-home orders. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So if you go ahead and listen to us and everybody starts to go home for the winter months, things are going to get worse. I see what you're doing here. Listen, Ron DeSantis kicks ass, Joe Biden continues to fail, but then again, it is just another day that ends in Y. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time, and once again, my apologies. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.